My name is Mitchell Hooper, and I come from Canada. I did my undergraduate degree in human kinetics. I worked as a strength and conditioning coach for a professional basketball team. At the end of the season, I didn't feel like I'd make a difference in the world, and I thought I needed to do something that meant more to me, and that was using exercise as medicine. So I applied to the #1 school in the world, University of Sydney, and was #1 in sport and exercise related subjects to do my master's in clinical exercise physiology. That was training to be able to exercise people with injuries and chronic conditions. Since I'd always been active, I didn't think that I could relate to these people, or that I could say that I understood how they felt. And the only way that I could understand how they feel is to push these qualities that I was going to ask of them. The three main ones being weight loss, aerobic fitness, and strength. So first I did weight loss, and I lost 100 pounds in about 15 months and did a bodybuilding show. Then I went to aerobic fitness. I ran 3 marathons. And then I went to strength and competed in strength sports. And ultimately, one thing led to another. I got invited to World's Strongest Man, on and on. But I never anticipated being anywhere at the level I'm at. I just wanted to feel like what it was like to get strong so I could relate to the people that I was going to see. So I finished my undergraduate degree. I would have been 21 at the time. I would have been 22 at the time I moved to Australia. And I would have started Strongman 2 years after that. So I started when I was 24 years old. And I won World's Strongest Man when I was 27 years old. Of the 26 strongman competitions, I've come top 3 in 24 of the 26, and I've won 15 of the 26. I competed 26 times in 3 years, and that's more than any other strongman. I just love to compete, and I love to push myself, but ultimately pushing myself meant that my body started to break down. I missed the podium in my first ever show, and that's when I came 8th at World's Strongest Man. Then I hit 24 podiums in a row, and then I missed the podium at a show earlier this year. And it's because my body was breaking down. It was letting me down. I had a knee pain, I had a hip pain, I had a back pain, and all of these things put together just meant that my performance was going downhill. So I wanted a really good reset to be able to come back at 100% as I expect myself. So for me, peptides are awesome, and they help tremendously with recovery. I think I needed a nervous system reset as well. So things like finding things that I enjoy again, prioritizing sleep. I do red light therapy on a regular basis, doing more mobility and more foam rolling, more things that are relaxing and unwind the body. And then I've come down to Panama to really take things to the next level. I've gotten stem cells in both of my knees, stem cells in my back. I'm getting IV stem cells as we speak. I've been doing hyperbaric chamber and I'm looking into purchasing one to have in my home gym as well. And all of these things together, on top of doctor advice through the Regeneration Clinic, should have me in a really good spot. But those are all the things that I'm doing. It's more of a full-time job than it is when I'm healthy and competing. My next big show, if I can recover in time, is in 15 weeks from now. So I need in 3 to 5 weeks to be able to start training again. And then I'll have a 10 to 12 week lead into that show. It's called the Rogue Invitational. It's the highest paying show of the year, and one that I've won in 2023 and 2024. So I'll look to defend that title again in 2025. Athletic success for me is pushing forward from what I've done in the past. I have no issue losing a show if someone else comes out and does something incredible. But to me, I need to know that I can be better than I was before. Stem cells is something really popular in my area, both professionally, with my training in exercise physiology, but in my profession as an athlete as well. It's becoming more and more popular, and it is sort of an underground thing, but way more athletes are doing it than people think. Now, the difficulty is in North America, you can't get stem cells the same way that you can internationally. And I've been exposed in the past 12 months through multiple avenues that international medicine is way better than it's reported to be. In North America, we're almost brainwashed a little bit, as though an American hospital, a Canadian hospital, that's all that you can do. Otherwise, it's dodgy and it's low quality and it's concerning and it's unsafe. But I founded a company that's medical concierge for hospitals in Mexico. That gave me a lot of confidence. And you come down to a place like Panama and you see that it's totally fine. It's the exact same stuff that you would be doing back home. But yeah, lots of general knowledge around stem cells, but it's my first time experiencing it for myself. I certainly wouldn't come if I thought that it was going to be unsafe in any way. It's an education. I think one of the privileges I have of traveling as much as I do. Every city you go to is always better than you think when it's a third world country, so to speak. But to be honest, I thought Panama would be relatively developed, but I didn't expect when I turned the corner, crossing the bridge to come into Panama City, that you'd see a Miami-esque skyline, really incredible architecture, some of the coolest buildings I've ever seen in Panama City. So I certainly wasn't expecting that, but I went in with an open mind, certainly more advanced than I would have thought though. It's great. Look, from A to Z, both in here and with the people that you guys partner with, the whole treatment schedule that's arranged for me, the breadth of things. What I was saying is stem cells is one thing, and I think that gets most of the attention to what a clinic like this provides. But then being able to have all of the other things that they do, you take stem cells out of the equation, and the hyperbaric chamber, the red light therapy, the peptides, the IVs, all of those things are going to make you substantially healthier regardless, and of course provide a better environment for the stem cells to thrive. But they don't just put stem cells in you, leave it at that, and hope for the best like some other places might. You actually get a full comprehensive treatment plan that, logically, I haven't experienced it yet, but logically, across the board should make you perform better, feel better, have more energy, feel more recovered, and be healthy. Number one would be listen to your body. If you're pushing through pain, that pain is only going to grow until it's an irreparable problem or a much longer term problem than you'd like. You can only do so much. Take the long run, take the long road, I should say, and accept that you have to enjoy the process more than the outcome. And part of the process is taking care of your body.